Due to language and subject matter, this program is intended for mature audiences.
All right, we're here.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Industry After Hours.
This is the Industry After Hours, isn't it?
It is.
Is it After Hours?
It is After Hours.
It is After Hours.
I'm Joey Shore,
I am AJ Broilman.
and here we are, another week. This past week flew by.
It did. It flew by so freaking quick.
We're in
It's not
April
even
now.
funny. We are in April.
It's like a quarter of the way through the
Wait a
season.
second.
Yes.
I think you have a story about a little April Fools.
I do. So, last Friday, April Fool's Day, and working at Tacos Tequila Whiskey, I wanted to come up with the best possible April Fool's joke. As you know, my GM tends to tease people all the time, and
Okay.
unfortunately, I'm
Yeah.
always at the brunt of it. I feel
that's
like.
part of the industry.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and so
you
I
get it.
wanted to get him back. I wanted to get my coworkers back. So I was working all weekend. I went out on a Friday, and I jokingly put in my 2 weeks, but I took it to the extreme. Like I went online and I like put in 2 week notice to like figure out how to write it up correctly.
Hold on, you're not fired yet, are you?
Hold on, let me finish the story.
Okay,
so,
sorry.
That's okay. So I made a real 2 week notice thing, acted all sad. I included one coworker in on it because I wanted just to make sure that like she would play it up and everything like that.
Yeah, totally.
And I came in and was like, hey, to my GM, I need to talk to you. And he was like, oh no, what's going on? And I gave it to him and he's like, are you serious? Like, are you really putting in your 2 weeks? And I'm like, yeah, you know, I got this awesome internship and it's paid and I need to put in my 2 weeks. And he was shocked. Like, he thought I was joking at first, but then, like, I told one of our bartenders, well, as you know, in the industry, you tell one person something, it
spreads
everyone
like
knew.
wildfire.
I feel like the staff that was working knew within the next, like, 5 minutes.
Yeah, totally.
And
Just spreads
so
like wildfire.
throughout the night, they were all, like happy for me, but you could tell some of them were really sad, like you're leaving. But the issue that happened was because it spread like a wildfire.
Well, hold on. How
Yeah.
long have you been working there?
For a year and a half.
Year and a half. Okay, so that puts in like that gives the emotion as well.
Exactly.
So they're so sad that you're gonna
Right.
leave.
So I mean, they all were happy, like, oh, you got this great paid internship, you know. And I had to like come up with something too, because they were asking questions, like, you know. So and I had to remember that I was to say to each person the same thing. But then regulars started finding out, so I had to keep it going. But then the worst is that so many people knew. Former coworkers were texting me and like,
Oh, geez,
are
are
you
you
really
serious?
putting in your 2 weeks? So then I was like, all right, well, so we got really busy, so I wasn't able to do much with it. But then I learned that our GM wasn't working again until Sunday. So I decided to keep it going until Sunday, which was really hard to do when you work all weekend, but
Yeah.
I did. So yesterday I came into work and was like, hey, I need to talk to you. And he's like, oh, are you gonna tell me when your last day is? And I had another piece of paper and it said on the piece of paper, it said big letters, April Fool's, just kidding. You can never get rid of me, ha 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 ha. And he looks at it, he crumples up the piece of paper, throws it away, and goes, you've got to be kidding me. And I'm like, what? I'm like, you tease everybody. And he's like,
it's April Fool's.
yeah. And he's like, I started looking for a replacement. And I was like, and I couldn't stop laughing. So then I was telling everybody that it was a joke, and some of my coworkers were like, okay, that's a good one. But a couple of my coworkers were actually pissed.
Oh, jeez.
We're like, we really thought you were leaving us. And I'm like, not yet. So it was a little fun trick to do. And what shocked me
That's
though
funny, that's
was
funny.
that every single person felt for it. I really thought that at least one or two people would have realized, okay, it's April Fool's Day. You know, he's playing with us, but every single person fell for it.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It was
Well,
a
that's
fun
it. That's a
weekend.
good April Fool's joke.
It was
You know what my
fantastic.
April Fool's joke was?
What?
I called my mom collect and told her I was in jail for having cocaine. She didn't like that too much,
Yeah, it's a little.
but that happens.
Hey, you know what though? It does. No, it was fun. Like I said, I think they're all still a little upset with me, but I had to get my GM.
You did, yeah, and that's a great one. That's a really great one.
But it's also nice to know how much I'm loved there because you could tell they were all happy for me, but sad. Which means though now when it actually really happens down the road, none of them are gonna believe me at first.
Right,
Like it's
yeah.
gonna take I'm gonna have to have a full proof.
I'm
like,
surprised.
notice and
I'm
everything
surprised they
like that.
didn't have a replacement for you on Sunday.
I know, right?
would've been
But I think
hilarious.
it's funny that he was like reaching out to people, my GM, and like trying to
geez.
find a replacement. I'm like, just kidding, April Fools.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was
That's
fantastic.
a good one.
How was
I
your
also my weekend was great. I worked at Gitano's this weekend. I got a new job at Gitano's. I'm the pizza maker. Doing the pantry pizza making. Taught those guys how to toss some pies.
I heard you had some pretty good pizza specials going on.
I did. I had a pizza special this weekend, and it consisted of olive oil, spinach, a little bit of gorgonzola cheese, bacon, red bliss potatoes, and a drizzle of honey right on top of that thing.
It's amazing. I gotta ask you though, how did you come up with most people don't think of potatoes on a pizza. What inspired you to do that?
It's just kind of thinking outside of the box, and I've done a lot of flavor profiling before. I've written a couple menus, and just in that process, I kind of know what goes with what, and it is a double starch. I understand that, and people kind of shy away from that. I get you guys that are on the gluten-free and all that stuff, but yeah, like the double starch, it actually works, and I don't use a lot of potatoes on there. It's literally like maybe a one potato, one red bliss potato, which is like about that big. So that's all that's going on there. But the bacon, the honey, the spinach, it all goes together. The gorgonzola, you gotta love that kind of
Hey,
stuff.
bacon and potatoes, sign me up. Put that on anything and sign me up.
All right, so not a April Fool's joke. This actually happened.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you guys can see this. Oh, there it is.
Yep, we got an image for it.
So
I'm not kind of liking that my head is right, but
this is what happens when you try to catch a knife when it's falling. So Kitchen 101, I just want to let you guys know that, just don't drop a knife, number one. And number two, don't try to catch the knife that's falling. Just step away, just like this, just do this. And that's good, But I tried to catch it, and I slipped my hand open, and I wasn't even cooking at the time. I was cleaning, of course. But so I was cleaning, and just freaking reached down, tried to grab it, and right up my thumb.
Now, I know, I mean, at the time, I'm assuming the pain was unreal, and I'm sure it hurts now, but can you at least laugh a little bit about it now that it's been a few days?
What makes me laugh is I think everybody in the restaurant heard me when it happened, because...
And tell me it was busy then, right?
It was pretty busy. We had a 16 top in there and whatnot, and I dropped the F-bomb hard. I don't even,
But I don't think you care, because at that point you're focused so much on what you did to yourself.
Basically what happened was I grabbed the knife and I went, freak me! But I didn't say freak. And my kitchen boss at the time freaking looked at me and the knife and said, well, the knife didn't hit the floor. And I was like, yeah, because it's in my hand, literally.
Well, I gotta ask
and
you,
I was like, yeah, that just happened.
So was it like coming towards you, or was it just coming to the ground?
No,
it was one
it-
of those things where you just grabbed it because you didn't want it to fall.
What it-
One of those reactions you just...
What I did, it was total reaction. So
Yeah.
we have a cutting board right here. Somebody put the knife right there while I was cleaning. I tipped it. It hit my stomach. I grabbed for it, and I should have just backed away.
When you're when
Freaking places.
I'm excited. We got
some footage, and it's gonna be really cool.
coming up, and you're gonna hear about one of the oldest restaurants
In Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's been around the building's been around for like 120 years.
Yeah,
something
restaurants
like
like 70, 75 years.
Yeah, something like that. So I just want to give a shout out. You can like us on Facebook. You can get on our webpage. It's theindustryafterhours.wordpress.com. Or you can follow us on Twitter. We are at the Industry After Hours, or no, at Industry After. That's right.
Please like us.
Please like us.
More
We
likes
need
the
it.
better.
We need some subscriptions.
We need some
to,
love here.
All right, so we're gonna be back here in a few, and we'll talk to you guys later. This is the Industry After Hours.
This summer, look out for motorcyclists on the road. Every year, motorcycle versus vehicle accidents cause over 4,000 deaths. There are over 183 registered motorcyclists in Colorado on the road. So take an extra second to look, because it could save a life.
There's only one place in Denver that has everything for the gamer, the music lover, or the dungeon delver. Featuring a wide array of new and used music in vinyl, CDs, and cassette tapes. Books, comics, and novella are easy to access and enjoy. D&D, Magic the Gathering, Warhammer, and other titles, new and obscure, are available. So come to Black and Red in Northridge Shopping Center on 80th and Wadsworth, next to the Hobby Lobby, to get your fix. Open 10 to 9, Sunday till 7.
This game sucks. I need to get a new one.
Why don't you go to Buyback Games, man?
Who the heck are you?
At Buyback Games, you can buy a variety of new, used, and even classical video games. They also specialize in on-site system repairs and disc resurfacing.
Buyback Games. Buy, sell, trade.
Mile High Wine and Spirits, we believe you should expect more and pay less. We are Colorado's finest purveyor of wines, spirits, and craft beers. Mile High makes any occasion special, from backyard barbecues to a memorable dinner party. We have the finest selection of craft beers and international wines. At Mile High Wine and Spirits, we believe in providing the finest products at the lowest prices every day. Located here in Lakewood in the heart of the Belmar Shopping Center. Mile High Wine and Spirits. Expect more.
Due to language and subject matter, this program is intended for mature audiences. Any opinions expressed on this show do not represent those of the Colorado Media School or its affiliates.
And we are back here on the Industry After Hours for another segment.
Another segment.
Joey Shore here.
I'm AJ Broilman.
And we've got an exciting treat for you. So we got to go behind the scenes of the Italian restaurant Gaetano's.
Yes, we did. Actually, I work there now. When we did the behind the scenes look, I actually dropped off my resume and they hired me on the spot, which is kind of cool. So I'm still in the industry.
Right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
totally.
You impress them with your charm through the video. Yeah.
Look at this face. Come
Right?
on. You know, who wouldn't hire me?
Exactly. I know. I mean, I would in a second.
Right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go to this nice little clip we got behind the scenes. It is Gaetano's restaurant. It's a great Italian restaurant in Denver, one of the oldest restaurants out here. And here we go. We're gonna go to that here in a second.
Enjoy.
Looking for an upscale Italian restaurant that has amazing food and prohibition-style handcrafted cocktails? This Denver landmark has been around for over 125 years and has customers who've been dining here almost as long.
A long period of time, over 50 years, but in the last 6 years, almost every day.
But Gaetano's has more under the surface than meets the eye.
Here we are at Gaetano's, famous Gaetano's. This place has been here for 70 years. It was owned by the Smaldone family. They came up from Pueblo. There was a lot of mafia in Pueblo because of the steel mills down there. So probably about the 50s or 60s, there were like 10,000 immigrants of Italians that came upon this area. So they really came upon Navajo and 32nd over there. And then they owned like restaurants, bars, you know, barbershops and all that other stuff. So though that was what was happening at that time, you know. So and then the Smaldones had this restaurant. They called it The Place, and they did a lot of loan sharking. They played cards. They did bootlegging, and this was their restaurant. They would gamble upstairs in the bedrooms where we were just up in the dining room upstairs. And what would happen is that they would have their children look out for the police. So in other words, when the cops came and they were gambling up in the bedroom, the kids would blow a whistle. And so everybody would jump into a closet on the 3rd floor and take a slide all the way down to the door over here and run out the back door. Oh, wow. This is an old door that they used to have, okay? So the weird thing about this is the thickness of the door, okay? I mean, they don't make doors like this anymore, okay? And there is another characteristic that's weird about this door, okay? So if I was to throw myself in here, how would I get out, okay? So in the day, they used to throw people in here, get me out of here, there's no release to get you out. So as we go here, this was an area where they had slot machines in here. One day the FBI got a hold of a carpenter that was building the room here and said, "What are you doing?" He says, "I'm building a couple of rooms for the small domes." So the FBI said, "We want you to plant a bug down in this room." So the guy planted a bug down here, and that was the downfall of the small domes, because they were down here just wrapping and planting and wrapping and planting, okay? 1990, the Pope came to town. Small Domes would be the Pope's personal bodyguard. This is Clyde Smaldone. He was the big guy for the family. He was a head honcho. This is Eugene, the younger son. In Italy, his name means Gaetanos. That's how they got the name Gaetano. This is the haunted room here, okay? At night, when my managers close up, you can actually hear sometimes clinging of glasses and laughter in this room. If you didn't pay your loan on time, they bring you in here and cut your fingers off, and the blood would go into the soil, so there'd be no evidence. In here, then they shut the door, and this was an actual speakeasy. Right. You get your two-way mirror. So what would happen is, they would bring the person in here, and Blackie would stand behind here, and Clyde would be in the other room with a two-way mirror, and then they would communicate with each other. You know, when Clyde would just make the nod, and all of a sudden the other guy that was with the guy would cut his arms off, throw him out this window right here into a dumpster, okay? And the Denver police would check the dumpster on a weekly basis for body parts. Now, if they couldn't get rid of the body parts, they would take them down to Pueblo to the pig farms, where they would get rid of everything.
Check this out. I'm the boss. I'm the boss right now. This is super cool. It's probably the coolest restaurant I think I've ever been to in my life.
Despite the mob boss persona here, Gaetanos is really all about their fresh-made food.
Make our own pasta. We make them probably about 200 pounds of spaghetti a week.
Oh wow!
I got like a $4,000 pasta machine. So we make that. We make fettuccine. We make our own gluten-free pasta.
Oh,
we make our own raviolis. We make our lasagna shells. We make veggie lasagna. Yeah, it's all fresh pasta. We make a ravioli with ricotta and pear, and we serve it on like a Marsala butter sauce with like julienne beets on top of it. You know, the tiramisu is amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, let's watch you taste that.
Oh my God.
When people go into a place and they know it's fresh, you know, it's different.
Okay.
You know, the vegetables are different. It's not just squash and tomatoes, you know what I mean? You got watermelon radishes, you know, you get different kind of onions and stuff like that. Then they know it's fresh and it's from the table, you know what I mean? So, I mean, it does mean a lot. And making your fresh food too, you know? And it's not only do I make fresh food, I mean, I make the cellos, we keg our own old fashions, I make my own Manhattans and Negronis in kegs. Wow. So it's all fresh. There was a little lady that would sit here on a card table and make meatballs, and her name was Gina. She would make perfect meatballs 8 hours a day. She wouldn't speak English, she'd speak Italian, okay?
Inch forward because you're on a lip.
I'm okay.
That was awesome.
That was super cool. I'm in awe right now.
I know. The restaurant is awesome. We're going to talk about that here in a few, though.
I have so many questions for you because you work there now. Like,
I know.
So from the behind
it's weird going to the bathroom where they told people to kill each other.
Oh,
or whatever.
right?
I
Sure.
guess like it's super weird.
I'm excited.
I got a story about that too. It's great.
I want to go there right now. Like, I just want to go and eat there.
Oh, dude, their lasagna is awesome. They make their fresh pastas. It's just off the hook. Guys, this is the Industry After Hours. You can find us on Facebook. It's the Industry After Hours. You can also find us on Twitter. It's at Industry After. You can go to our website, theindustryafterhours.wordpress.com, and you're looking at us on YouTube right now. Well, hopefully, and we're gonna be here again next Monday. So what's up?
I've been alone with you inside my mind. Hello, is it me you're looking for? Cause you know just what to say, you know just what to do. And I want to tell you so much. I love you.
At Peak Beverage, you can expect a professional and courteous staff, eager to provide you with an exceptional custom package event. With a large selection of fine wines, local beers, and a wide variety of spirits, you'll be able to host any event or party with little effort at all. Peak Beverage is a green company, recycling all products brought to your event location. Visit our website, peakbev.com. Peak Beverage, bringing you the party you want.
Come as you are and join us at the Mosaic Church in Inglewood. Whether you're interested in an adult ministry or Inglewood's first youth center, Mosaic Church has something for everyone.
It's very welcoming, it's very open, nobody is turned down here.
We also have community outreach programs like our food bank, which helped feed more than 60,000 people last year.
It's a very special place to Inglewood too. It's a very community-driven organization.
Mosaic Church, a place for all, a place for grace.
Inamax, America's finest sleep product since 1975. Inamax provides what you need most, a great night's rest. Sleep is essential to good health. With over 1,200 products to choose from, Inamax has it all. From air, water, coil, memory cell, latex, and even RV mattresses, Inamax is your one-stop shop for all your bedroom needs. So don't delay. Stop in today to one of our showrooms in Denver or Loveland. Inamax. Rest assured.
Due to language and subject matter, this program is intended for mature audiences. Any opinions expressed on this show do not represent those of the Colorado Media School or its affiliates.
We are back on the Industry After Hours on Mile High TV. I'm Joey Shore.
I'm AJ Broyle, man.
I'm still salivating over what we just saw.
Dude, like that food is great.
Oh,
unbelievable. It's so funny because so I went there and we shot that video and I handed off my resume and they hired me on the spot.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, which is great. So I'm making your pies and your lasagna now. That's what's happening. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, so all right. So you've been there. You know, you've had some shifts there and everything.
Yeah.
What is it like when you're working? I've got a few questions here. First of all, talk to me about that freezer. If you had to go into the walk-in.
Ooh, I have.
Does it just scare you, like if that door closes?
You know, I just keep the door open because that makes me feel a little bit more comfortable.
It is the restaurant industry. People like to play jokes. Can you see once you're there a little longer, you get to know people, could you see somebody doing that to you?
Yes.
Like,
and I could also see myself doing that to
I
somebody
was gonna say that, but I didn't want to hint on that.
I have a sick sense of humor, so you know, you might get trapped in the walk-in. I don't know.
And what about
my thing is, so the two-way mirror thing, and that's the chef's office.
Yeah.
And they have the two-way mirror, and they didn't take that down, but they closed off the wall, so you can't. The chef can't watch you take a piss.
Which is good. I'm glad.
Yeah, that's good. So, but in any case, they have the wall there, and the funny thing is they have a timer on the light. So the first time I tried to take a crap there, I was sitting down and the light went off on me.
No, that's the worst. Especially being there and you're spooky.
Well, you know what? Yeah. It's a spooky place. And here's the thing. So I'm sitting there and I'm trying to take a crap. The light goes off. Guess what I did?
Scream.
I didn't wipe.
Oh,
I'm going to tell you that. I did
yell.
not wipe. I went out.
I would have just
that's
yelled.
it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. But no, that place is really cool, and we got to take the whole tour of the place, and everything about it is just awesome. The place has been around for like 125 years. I think the building
is like 125 years.
Yeah, and
the
then the restaurant
75. Yeah.
But I heard Al Capone and Frank Sinatra have been there.
And
And they have an Al Capone drink.
Yes, and I like that you also have Frank Sinatra's mugshot.
They do.
Which is
They
pretty
do.
awesome.
That's pretty cool.
So I do have to ask. So in the video we saw, you were playing around, you know, in the office chair, being the boss. Have you been able to reclaim that?
No, I'm not the boss.
Did you plan to try? Just
I make pizzas. That's what I do at that place.
What? So, you know what impressed me the most about it is, you know, a lot of times when you get tours like that, like I was ready. I feel like we both were ready to like ask a ton of questions going into it. I had all these questions prepared in my mind. I was ready. Okay, if he doesn't talk about this, I'm going to bring up this. But he answered them all. Like I didn't
All of them.
have to
All of
say
them.
a single thing because he went over it so much. He was so in depth. And I really admire that because, let's face it, he didn't have to be.
And you know, I want to give a shout out to, what's his name, Tom? The guy that's been there for like 50 years?
Yes, Tom, yeah.
So Tom, I want to give a shout out to him. He's been eating at this restaurant for like 50 years, and he has his own salad.
Which is awesome.
Literally. And he comes in for lunch. I don't ever deal with him because...
you don't work during the day.
I don't work during the day. So, but Tom, man, I got to give a shout out to you. That's awesome that you've been here for like 50 years, going to the restaurant. You have your own salad, man. That's cool.
Hey, and any restaurant, if you have something named after you, that's a big deal.
Right?
So,
Totally.
And what I liked too is how friendly he was to talk to us. I mean, here we are, we're like disturbing his lunch, you know.
And he was so friendly.
And again,
He's a
even
great
that, that was another thing. I thought, here we're gonna interview this guy. It's gonna be maybe 1 or 2 questions. It's gonna be like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. He was just naturally, you know, wanted to keep talking to us, question after question. That's what I really liked most, is how talkative every person was, how helpful they were.
That's the way the people that come into into Gitanos are just, they're very free flowing. They're very generous. They're very just outgoing and stuff, and that's really cool. You know, because you want those kind of customers in your restaurant anyway. I know we've dealt with some like
Not
really
fun.
crappy
Yep.
customers, but Gitano's like, if you haven't been there, you need to go there. Like, I don't care who you are. Their lasagna is like the size of my head. I'm just saying, and it's delicious.
Well,
it is great.
Well, you have all the like personally, what I look for when I go into a restaurant is great food, great service, and which they both have. You have, I mean, the food is phenomenal. We could talk a whole show about how good the food is.
We could totally.
You have the service, which obviously friendly, knowledgeable. You can tell that they all love what they're doing, which is, to me, is key.
And guess what? I'm making pizzas there now.
Exactly.
So you got to come in and get a pizza.
And the other part is, to me, any cool restaurant, if you have a really like unique history, because let's face it, there's, you know, there's like hundreds of Italian restaurants. You know, there's so many, but what makes that one special is history. I mean, you work in a place.
The Small Domes, like, I mean, those guys, they ran Denver for a while.
Look at what they, you know, in the video, the part that I love is how they were the Pope's bodyguard.
Yeah.
Like, to be the Pope's bodyguard, you gotta be a pretty big deal.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, that's like being...
I mean, they're not gonna ask guys like us to be their bodyguard. I mean, we would mess that up right away.
My thing is, I haven't seen any ghosts there yet.
Or heard
but
anything.
I swear when I go down there and the lights are off, it kind of freaks me out a little bit because I know that people got murdered. And like, if you watched it, he says that they threw body parts out a window. And the cops would come and look like at the dumpster weekly. Not daily, weekly, not monthly, not yearly, weekly. That's what the cops did.
The whole thing
it's
is
crazy.
very fascinating.
Yeah.
And that's, like I said, it's cool that you work there. It's cool that you get to experience
Another
that.
thing is that the recipe for the meatballs hasn't changed. They use that same recipe for those meatballs. So since the 1920s, 1930s, they've used the same recipe for those. And that's crazy.
You know you're doing something right if your meatballs have been going for that many years.
You know what? I have a couple meatballs. I'm not gonna say where they're at, but I know that they're good. But Gitano's meatballs are better. I'm gonna say that.
Hey, you know what? I like it. I want to try it. I don't think I've had their meatballs there. I want to try their meatballs.
Oh, you have to. I'll have to. You know what? Next time I work, I'm gonna bring you some spaghetti and meatballs.
I love it.
Yeah.
Meatballs and tacos.
Totally. Totally, got to do it.
Right?
All right. Oh, meatball taco. Come on,
I know,
man.
right?
What's
I
up with
thought of
that?
that.
Let's do it.
All right,
Let's
we'll
do
have to
it.
work on that.
We'll have to work on that one. I
Exactly.
want to do a lasagna calzone. That's my
That
thing.
sounds good.
Yeah.
That does, I like that.
All right,
See,
so
all these ideas, all these food innovations.
Right. All right, we're going to be back at the Industry After Hours. You can find us on Facebook, the Industry After Hours. Find us on Twitter at Industry After, and we'll be back right after this.
Be your own person. Choose your own music with Spotify.
Party people dance.
No matter who you are, you always have a choice. Choose your music with Spotify.
Theoretical Link.
All right, you guys ready to go?
We're open Tuesday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Come in or call to make your appointment today. Located in Denver at 7531 East Iliff Avenue. Call us at 303-750-0133. Theoretical Link.
Toy Auto Masters, giving you honest service for over 20 years. Our friendly and helpful staff offer regularly scheduled maintenance, engine repair, and more. Award-winning service from certified technicians and free shuttles. We'll have your Toyota, Acura, Honda, or Lexus back on the road.
I'm Dave Watson. I founded Toy Auto Masters in 1995. 47,000 vehicles later, you can be assured we'll take care of your vehicle too.
Call or click today for service you deserve by people you can trust.
This summer, look out for motorcyclists on the road. Every year, motorcycle motor vehicle accidents cause over 4,000 deaths. There are over 183 registered motorcyclists in Colorado on the road. So take an extra second to look, because it could save a life.
Due to language and subject matter, this program is intended for mature audiences. Any opinions expressed on this show do not represent those of the Colorado Media School or its affiliates.
Hello again. We are back on Industry After Hours.
Are we? Are we back?
We are.
Already? Jeez,
I know, time flies.
It seems like that was really quick.
It is.
So I'm AJ Broil, man.
Joey Shore.
All right.
So Westward Magazine came out.
What is
with the
Westward
result.
Can you tell everybody what Westward is?
Magazine it's a magazine in Denver, and they do a lot of like reviews and news stories of everything Denver. Like there's a big section always on restaurants, bars. They do entertainment, lifestyle. I mean, it's always about Denver-related stuff. Yeah, variety. Cool. You want to know what's going on in Denver? You pick up a Westward magazine.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
they're free.
Yes, exactly. Yes,
totally free.
And online or publication, but I don't think anyone does print. I don't think people like to look at print. You'd rather look at it online. Probably, but who knows? Anyways, Westward. Every year they do a best of. And we talked a little bit about it, like best of everything Denver,
best
literally
of everything
from restaurants, bars to sports teams, TV, radio personalities. I mean, clothing store, anything.
Hey, maybe we'll be on. Best of.
That we needed. We should have done that. Yeah, right. We are best of, right?
Best of.
Why didn't we think about
TV,
that?
Industry
Why didn't we
Hours.
even think about that?
Best of.
Should have had people nominate us. It's all right. We know who the real winners are. So they do 80. So there's a total of 80 categories for restaurants.
80 categories?
Which, to me, it's a little insane because some of them they go really in depth. Like they go down to like 32nd Street, the best one on Broadway, the best one on Federal.
Wasn't there one like best South American Mexican food?
It was the best South American, that's 100 years old.
That's not Mexican.
Yeah, so they go really in depth.
I think they made that category
just
for that restaurant.
I think they do, and I'm sorry, but 80 is a little too much. Like, yes, you want to have your best pizza, you want to have your best late night, you want to have all the categories. But when you start going by street, I'm sorry, that's a little too much. My place is the best restaurant on the street. I don't really care about that. I want this in the city, not the street. Yeah. Exactly. Well, so the cool thing is both of the places that we work at won awards.
We did win awards.
Gitanos, if you want to talk about that.
Gitanos got Best Bloody Mary Bar. And I think that's it. And then
Yeah.
what'd you get?
So,
You
so,
got-
the, so the Bloody Mary bar. I know that's how it goes on the weekends, right? I don't know how
Yeah.
much you. I mean, I know
It's-
you're into
it's only on the
packages.
weekends.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's really, really popular. We at Tacos Tequila Whiskey, we won naturally for best tacos. Again, it's our 3rd year in a row that we won on Westward.
You guys do have the best
We do.
tacos.
Yes.
And I don't care what they say the name is. It's still Pinche Tacos to me.
I understand that.
I don't care
but
what they
yeah,
say.
Tacos Tequila Whiskey.
I don't want to say that.
I know
It's
you
too
don't.
long. It's too long. Pinche Tacos.
How do you think I feel on the phone when people call in? It's so much easier saying, you're calling Pinche Tacos as opposed to Tacos Tequila
So,
Whiskey. Yeah.
What else won?
So the other ones that I found interesting were Steuben's, which is in Denver, which
Okay.
they have a little bit of everything. They won a few actually. They won best hamburger. They won best mac and cheese, and they also won
mac and cheese,
which I really want to. And they won for best food truck as well as they do. I haven't really seen their food truck. I've actually been to Steuben's.
I've never been there. I
What
want to go.
surprised me though with Steuben's is their lobster rolls for being in a state that's not by the sea are amazing. That's what they're known for. So I'm surprised that didn't really win anything. But I do want to try their mac and cheese. I'd like to try their hamburgers.
Yeah, I want to try their mac and cheese
Yeah,
now.
so they won a lot.
I love mac and cheese.
The other one that won a few was the Highland Tap and Burger.
That place is supposed to be awesome.
Yeah.
And every time I've ever gone there, there's been a line out the door.
It's
And
always crowded, no matter what.
Like we literally, okay, so I went to Highland Tap and Burger with my girlfriend. We waited in line. They said it was going to be an hour wait. We decided not to stay, but we gave them our phone numbers, so they texted us but we went to another restaurant, and they texted us while we were getting served that our table was ready. But that's how popular the Highland Tap and Burger is. I mean, if you have an hour wait, you need to go there, man. I need to try it out. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm going to try to get in there.
I've been there a few times, and they have a little bit of everything, even though they're called burger. Obviously burgers are the main thing. But they won for the best early happy hour and also late night happy hour. They do a lot of great things for happy hour. They have like a full menu just for happy hour.
Because you know what? Happy hour should last at least 4 hours.
Agreed.
It shouldn't just be an hour.
Yeah.
And
if you go there to their best burger by far is their mushroom burger. Is if you like. I'm not a huge mushroom fan, but even I ate it, and it was. Then you're gonna love it, dude. You're gonna be a little excited.
Am I gonna crap my pants?
No, you'll be excited at a certain area in your body. You'll get a little excited.
Right. All right. So
the other thing.
What's the other thing?
Yeah.
Tell me.
So we were talking about awards and everything like that. Tacos Tequila Whiskey. Have you heard of 5280 magazine?
Yes.
Yes. 5280 magazine won another Denver magazine's 5280 because that's
the
level
of elevation.
Yes.
That we're at.
5280 feet.
5280.
So they are doing a taco contest, and you go online, you go to 5280, go to promotions, and you vote for your best taco place. So obviously,
Tacos Tequila Whiskey, that's what you're going to vote for.
What's really cool about it, too, is that if you register, when you have to register, you have to put in, like, your email, stuff like that. When you do it, you get entered into a sweepstake. And every week for the next 8 weeks, is 8 weeks long, to the end of May, if you win the sweepstake, you get $50.
Oh, wow.
Like a Visa gift card, $50.
That's cool.
So free $50, and you get to vote for the best taco place. Please vote for Tacos Tequila Whiskey. We are the best taco place in Denver.
Serious. Well, I think you're the best taco place in the world.
Well, I appreciate that.
Best linguas I've ever had.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what linguas is, that's beef tongue. And of course, you don't know if the beef tasting you or you're tasting the beef. It doesn't matter though.
Right?
It's delicious. That's
so
the
many
point.
good. We have 16 different tacos.
So here's the thing. So off of the Westward and off of all these,
great
things
award
going
fun
on,
things in Denver.
award things. I'm going to Vegas for the first time in my life. I'm 37 years old.
And you've never been to Vegas?
Never been to Vegas.
That's surprising.
Never been to Vegas. So I'm going. I'm going to go to Vegas.
I'm so happy for you because, like, if you would have told me that you were like 18 and going to Vegas for the first time, or 21,
here's the
but
thing.
37, I mean, that's awesome.
There's two things I'm worried about. One is I feel like I might end up in the desert with my legs broken. And two is I'm taking my girlfriend, so I'm not a schwinn for $500 that will break a hymen. I'm gonna have to break a hymen for $5,000. We'll see if that happens, though. I don't know if that'll happen, but I don't think my girlfriend will be too happy about that.
Well, because it's your first time going there, don't follow any Hollywood Vegas movies. You know, don't think of like, you know, I'm thinking of like The Hangover, you know, and what is that, Ocean's 11. Don't think that that's like Vegas. You know, don't. Yeah, just go and have fun.
We'll talk about it when we get back.
There's only one place in Denver that has everything for the gamer, the music lover, or the dungeon delver. Featuring a wide array of new and used music in vinyl, CDs, and cassette tapes. Books, comics, and novella are easy to access and enjoy. D&D, Magic the Gathering, Warhammer, and other titles, new and obscure, are available. So come to Black and Red in Northridge Shopping Center on 80th and Wadsworth, next to the Hobby Lobby, to get your fix. Open 10 to 9, Sunday till 7.
This game sucks. I need to get a new one.
Why don't you go to Buyback Games, man?
Who the heck are you?
At Buyback Games, you can buy a variety of new, used, and even classical video games. They also specialize in on-site system repairs and disc resurfacing.
Buyback Games. Buy, sell, trade.
Mile High Wine and Spirits, we believe you should expect more and pay less. We are Colorado's finest purveyor of wines, spirits, and craft beers. Mile High makes any occasion special, from backyard barbecues to a memorable dinner party. We have the finest selection of craft beers and international wines. At Mile High Wine and Spirits, we believe in providing the finest products at the lowest prices every day. Located here in Lakewood in the heart of the Belmar Shopping Center. Mile High Wine and Spirits. Expect more.
I've been alone with you inside my mind. Hello, is it me you're looking for? Cause you know just what to say, you know just what to do. And I want to tell you so much. I love you.
Due to language and subject matter, this program is intended for mature audiences. Any opinions expressed on this show do not represent those of the Colorado Media School or its affiliates.
We are back on the Industry After Hours. I'm Joey Shore.
I am AJ Broilman, and I was just told, even though due to language and subject matter, I'm not allowed to say hymen. But I'm going to say it again, and I'm just going to go hymen. Hi, man.
Okay. Anyways, moving on. This is our segment, man. We actually have our own little graphic now for this segment.
We have a graphic for this?
Yeah.
This is awesome.
In the walk-in.
In the walk-in with Joey and AJ, yeah.
So basically, though,
right.
so for those, if you're first tuning into this show, the walk-in is we talk about stories from being in the industry. As if you've been in the industry before, behind the scenes is really when things get talked about. You get a vent, things like that. So that's the purpose of
kinda like Vegas.
the walk-in, right?
It's kinda like
Exactly.
Vegas. What
Exactly.
happens in the walk-in stays in the walk-in. Except we're gonna talk about it right now.
Right now.
So what do you got for me?
All right,
you got some good stories?
I always have good stories.
All right.
So
I'm ready.
so my first one. This took. So the other day at work, we had the unfortunate of running out of tortillas.
No.
Yes.
How do you run out of
That's
tortillas?
what I still want to know right now is how do you run out of tortillas if you're at a taco place? And so we had to go get some more, which we did, and we ended up making it work. But it's really funny because, let's face it, it happens in the industry. You're going to run out of certain items, whether it's, you're not expected to be that busy and you are, or you just have a ridiculous, kitchen manager and stuff like that, which that was not our case. I think for us, we've just been so busy lately, like more than expected, that it just happened.
Yeah.
But it really reminded me of, so one of my first, few months working back at Old Chicago, we ran out of pepperoni one night and ranch. And so, but here's what's funny. So again, Old Chicago Italian restaurant, known for their pizza, and you run out of pepperoni. So my manager comes up to me and was like, "We need to get more pepperoni." And I'm like, "Okay, how do you want to do that?" And he's like, "Well, we go to another Will you go to the closest old Chicago's? You know, it's a chain, right? Will you go to